Hey everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Beyond Good and Evil. This is your host, Leading Man.
Woman. See ya next time at Mamago.
Last time we left off, we had just gained our wonderful spaceship, which should be hovering up here somewhere. Where are you? Oh, there it is. So if you notice, it'll just sort of hold in a pattern circling in the sky.
Collision risk high.
There we go. And with a simple button press, you can just connect your hover ship right to it. So, what do we need? We need pearls, and we need a lot of them. Thankfully, there is a location with said pearls. Remember that water volcano I mentioned last episode? Well, that's where we're headed. I always kind of like the aerial insertions. It looks pretty cool.
We're going to have to be very careful. They say the treasure is guarded by a colony of Krochaks.
And that it is. So we're off to fight a whole bunch of Krochaks and get a whole bunch of pearls. Also, there's this guy. Oh, hey. I'd already taken a picture. And that guy.
Okay, I filed the picture.
So really this is, oh yeah, before I go in, there's actually a little chest over here. Which contains a mecha impulsor, so it's good to grab.
Well done, Yade.
Okay, now we can go back in. Anyway, as I was saying, this is basically an arena-style fight where you fight about groups of about three or four Krochaks at once, and get a whole bunch of pearls. So, awesome. Bring K-Bups if you need it. By the way, that just as a tip for anyone who ever has to write anything like this, don't write dialogue that says it's that way without any sort of visual indicator. It means nothing.
D-B-U-T-T. Don't break up the team.
Alright, so we can, in fact, knock this thing down via a very old method, which I'd almost forgotten about until I saw the thing. There we go. The team is restored. See, if you start a fight with one, sometimes a couple more show up, but each one does in fact have a pearl, so doesn't really mean that much. You need to kill them all anyways. I wonder.
Carlson and Peters! 10-4. Yes, sir.
This probably isn't even worth trying, but I'm still gonna try to hit that guy.
Carlson and Peters!
Okay, so clearly we can't go this way. I think this may be the first time I've been pinned by a Krochak. You just spam the attack button in that case. Of course, you can also hit them off double H. They don't seem to do that much damage by pinning you. It looked like 1 heart and none to double H for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's about the length you're down. I'm not going to experiment to figure it out. In case you're curious, we're going to fill all the way here from 73 to 88 by the time we're done. So it's definitely worth coming to this volcano if you're low on pearls at the end of the game. Plus, I mean, it's the only time you can get here anyways, so yeah. I have no idea what I'm saying. I'm going to stop saying it.
They're coming from all directions!
And that's 4 more. Looks like we are 5 pearls from finished. So, this total experience has brought us from 18 pearls to 33, a grand total of 15 pearls gained, which is half the cost of the motor. Definitely worth doing. Yep. But, yeah, at this point, there still will be pearls left over. I did not finish the races or the looter caves, and I think maybe one of the alpha sections things I might have missed. Regardless, it's not that big of a deal. You don't need it to finish the game. You do need it if you want an achievement on the Xbox 360, but that's about it. I guess it would be bragging points on any of the previous consoles. I'm not sure how much Beyond Good and Evil bragging points are worth nowadays. Sadly, it doesn't seem like enough people actually remember this game, including its creator, which is really sad and kind of heartbreaking. Anyway, different topic. We're done. Let's get out of here. We pretty much have... I mean, like I said, I could go finish up the animals at this point, which I'm not going to do, but it's an option. That will net you another M disc, which also gives you an achievement for collecting all the M discs. There is another... like I said, you could finish all the pearls, all the races, all that stuff. That will net you another 360 achievement. I'm probably not going for that because I just kind of want to finish it up. So that means my destination is singular. To Mamago Garage we go. I wonder, can you kill this thing? Doesn't even let me hold target it, so the answer is probably no. And through a little editing magic, we're already there. You can actually only get the Stellar Drive if you land with the Beluga on top of Mamago's. If you try to get the hovercraft and come in here, it will just waste your time with hence the need
As
for me to
good
edit.
as new, and the installation is included, Jade. Don't let an occasion like this one get away from you.
Alright, stellar motor is ours.
Bravo, Yade.
The stellar motor just works like any other thing in your inventory.
Account identification. Okay. A box of K-Bups completely restores your energy.
It's weird how the music keeps waiting so long to play. Anyway, let's leave through the exit we only ever use once.
Here we come, outer space! You better hope this motor of yours has some kick to it, Mama Goat.
So, head up to the highest altitude you can reach before it stables off, and then press B.
Algenib? Omega Dipper? Alther? We're surrounded by stars, Double H.
I gotta admit, the Omega Dipper is kind of funny. It's like the other Dippers, but the last one.
Hey, the stellar motor is backfiring. Almost knew, he said. Rhino.
This is our final animal, the space whale. Which is nuts.
Thank you so much for all the important information.
And that is not nearly the reaction I thought I was going to get for sending you a picture of a goddamn space whale. Whatever. Alright, we're off to the moon, which is one of these things. Is that it? No, that's the planet. There, that looks like a moon. Or a space station. It's hard to tell sometimes.
The stellar motor has to hold out till we get to the moon. Our mission depends on it, Miss Jade.
Apparently the moon has an atmosphere.
Lunar base in sight, Miss Jade.
I gotta say, I've always been a fan of the name of this moon. Selene's a pretty good choice. I dig it.
There's the transmitter. That's where we need to try to get in.
Okay, well, we'll head straight for the landing port thing. This section over to the right, I guess, we'll be able to visit later.
Shawnee, I've located the probable positions of the Alpha's activities. I've added them to your map for you to look at. Send us the pictures.
There's also a vending machine over here. Make sure you steal the K-Bups out of it. Just in case.
Account
Also,
identification.
PA1.
Okay.
So,
A
yay.
box of K-Bups completely restored. A box of K-Bups completely restores. PA1 increases your energy gauge.
Well done, Yade.
A box of K-Bups completely restores your energy.
Still feel 6 hearts is pretty much good enough to leave Double H on. In fact, I pretty much will never heal him again from here. Double H doesn't stand on that directly. You can press the go button to order him to stand on the switch. Am I floating?
Dom's architecture. We're right in the heart of the Jade.
Whatever. Weird. Okay, so over here we can see the first example of a light activated door, or in this case it's sort of more of a cubby. But basically we're going to do a lot of light puzzles because I hadn't done that in a while. This is a mirror.
Perfecto. I've scanned it.
excellent scanning. Basically, you go place these on the pedestals, like so. Or you put them on pedestals, because that's the action verb. And then, of course, you just use the pedestal to bounce light to the mirror and off to another area. Pretty simple, standard, light bouncing stuff. Basically, you want to activate crystals. As you can see, the doorway on the right has one, but there's also one leading to the cubby, which I mentioned earlier. That's what we're going to go for. In fact, typically you just want to go for those first anyways, because they have either materia in them, or in this case, another mirror, which you'll need for the next puzzle. From here, you have two choices. You can either turn left or right. It's a little faster, it seems, to turn right for some reason. I don't particularly know why. Once you hear that ching sound, everything is good. You can stop and continue from there, or you can push further and get some materia. I don't even know if there's any more vending machines. There might be one, actually, now that I think about it. Might be just enough to get you another box of K-Bups or something if you desperately need it later. Alright, so we're going to head it over to the left to get that noise again. There it is. Which means it's connected to a new style of mirror, which we'll see down this hallway. As you can see, these guys have little protrusions on the sides. You just need to fire a gyro disc at them to move the mirror. Oh, one too many. So yeah, you're just listening for that audio tone, and once that plays, it's perfectly in position. Interestingly enough, every single mirror here requires hitting the right one. And that will shoot the beam down the hall.
Quiet.
Yeah, I feel it too. They're all around us. They're waiting for us. Hang in there, Paige. I'll get you out of there. Paige! Paige! Can you hear me? It's me, Jane!
All we got here is a quick light puzzle where all we need to do is reposition the lights around the outer ring, which will cause the ring to fall. Of course, we'll end up doing this 3 times. If you do the first one right, the second 2 are exceptionally easy, so... Once a ring is complete, that will cause the next ring to fall down, which means that the crystals can be hit. Just go to the front one and move it to the right, and that will solve the next puzzle. And it's true one more time as well. Fortunately, Jade can't do anything here, but our buddy can.
I'll come back for you. I'll bring you back home.
You can, in fact, talk to Paige's body. It gives this option, and then sort of hangs there, waiting for a response, which is...
We can still save the other victims, Jade. We have to wrap up the report.
which is pretty sad, actually. Anyway, so we have to head on forward. There's nowhere else to go. So, over to the left is the map of the moon base, which is very difficult to see. And there's an open section here you can slide through.
Don't... We have to bring back the information first.
Over on the left is a landing platform which has one of the Alpha Section ships on it, and underneath is a bunch of materia you can grab. And I'd recommend sneaking or walking incredibly slowly through that central area because the Alpha Section guys can in fact hear you, especially if you hit one of the switches or something. And that'll cause you to start fighting them earlier than you may want to. Especially considering how easy they are to deal with if you take a little caution. So, I'd recommend just moving slow. Once you can, get far enough out here, you can fling a gyro disc at this dude's back. That will take one of the two guys out immediately, since he never moves.
You alright? Huh? Intruder! Intruder!
Uh-oh, looks like somebody practiced. Oh, shit. That's what I get for talking. Bastard. Make me look bad. I don't know what it is, but there's something super satisfying about kicking two boxes at once. Awesome. Okay, well, that's done. We now head into a teleporter maze. Oh, this game is pulling out all the tricks. Right in this last section, you get both a light beam puzzle and a teleporter maze. Anyway, we're gonna head further into this DOMS structure. The Great Crypt. This maze is probably a poor term. It's relatively simple, and you can see almost all the paths leading down.
The Hylians are becoming suspicious. Kidnappings are getting harder and harder to execute. The Iris network is becoming more than just a little nuisance.
It's also exceptionally difficult to screw up, so just kind of keep moving forward. Very few paths. Like, for example, this one on the left very clearly leads you absolutely in the wrong direction, and your goal is this green one in the back.
You need me just as much as I need you, Your Excellency. Shawnee Orbes Metad. Shawnee Doms Theendra.
General Kex will keep repeating this dialogue, so go ahead and just snap your picture. You're not going to miss anything.
Shawnee, Double H. Hurry up and broadcast the report from the transmitter, and all of Hillis will be with us. The governor will surely be willing to help you.
And that's pretty much it for right now. You can head back, and we'll hear some more crazy dialogue.
Hylians sadistically sacrificed, drained of all their energy by a Dom's priest. Revolt, citizens! Drive out the Alpha sections and the Doms!
So strangely enough, that name that Jade seemed to pull out of her hair turns out to be some sort of secret Dom's name for her, which is Shawnee Doms Theandra. Don't you hate it when you think you're creating something new and it turns out it's like a Bob Dylan song or something? Totally. Doms up here are dead, or sorry, the Alpha sections up here are dead, so go ahead and just run through.
Double H, I saw the prisoners. It's horrible. There's hundreds of them.
Fortunately, we can still do nothing for Paige. Except listen to the sad music.
We can still... We have to broad...
Well, let's do our job. We've got a broadcast to transmit.
Shawnee, it's incredible. We just got an email from the chief. He's alive, Jade, alive.
Paige! Very sneaky, the whole code under the shoe bit.
You found them? You didn't screw up my settings, I hope.
They're exactly as I found them. Stench and all. Paige, you were...
Dead, I know. But you saved me. You're the one that brought me back to life. You're not the one you think you are, Jade. There's always been a prodigious energy hidden deep inside you. Now it's coming to the surface, and you're starting to understand it.
Paige, the kids, they...
Yes, I know. Kidnapped too. They've taken them to the Great Crypt. The only way to get there is by using the landing strip. We'll have to come back in the ship, but we can't do anything for them right now. There's too few of us. We need help in order to attack the lunar base in full force.
The only way of obtaining the support of the Hylians is to follow Nino's plan, wrap up the report, and use the long-range transmitter to broadcast it.
Okay, let's get a move on.
And just like that, Paige, the chief of the Iris Network, is back with us.
I spent 16 hours there.
I've been in it.
I love that conversation.
No problem, Jade. Thanks for coming to my rescue.
So, remember that section I said we couldn't do anything with? Well, it's time to do something with it.
Wait a minute! That's the beluga! He managed to get the old girl up and running!
You kidding? I hardly had anything to do. You must have spent a lot of time on her.
Account identification. Okay.
So, what we need to do is hit a series of switches, which will allow us to traverse some upper platforms and reach the other side. As you can see, there is a flywheel over here, or a notched wheel, I'm sorry, which means that we need to get over there to lower the bridge. Also, there's a button here we can push, but I don't really recommend doing it. Well, I guess you could push it while you're down there. It doesn't really harm anything. But regardless, you have the super action as well. Doing so allows you to hook onto this box, order Double H to push the button again. That'll drop you off on top of the beluga. And since this game has only one set of pathing, go ahead and feel free to unhook. You'll never miss. You'll always land on top of the beluga. What you want to do here is now fling a gyrodisc long distance at that switch and very quickly jump onto the box. You have a couple seconds if you do it right after it hits, but you can always turn and jump beforehand while it's flying. Alright, let's turn that wheel. Haven't done this in a while. Both Double H and Paige can be ordered to stand on buttons by pressing the go button. They will both respond.
10-4.
Oh, great!
Hurry! Everyone to the transmitter room!
I do appreciate that it kills the rat.
Hang on tight. We're almost to the transmitter.
That laser only tracks you, so really only you need to dodge it. Alright, I think that's pretty much enough excitement for this episode. I'm gonna go ahead and clean out this K-Bups vending machine. But, yeah, join me next time when we'll finish off the game. At this point, it's pretty much just a sure shot towards boss rushes, straight towards the end of the game, so we'll go ahead and keep that for the next episode, since it's gonna have to lump in credits as well. Alright, guys, I will catch you next episode when we finish off Beyond Good and Evil. See you then.